Oh, 1 second. Um, does this work? There we go. I didn't realize that YouTube would let you go live while continuing to listen to your music. I was just listening to some oldies there. That was Cry Like a Baby. I forget who did that song. 1 second. I gotta switch which hand. Holding my phone in because I'm also holding some bags, and my left arm got a little bit tired of carrying them. So now it's right arm's turn to carry these. But anyways, oh, right arm can hold too. I think there we go. This will be good enough. I just wanted to talk to you guys about my crazy night. I just remembered this today because of what a coworker said, where he thought he was going to be late for work, but he woke up early than he was expecting, which is 8. Usually he likes to sleep in. This is way back when I was like 13 or something, and I'm 23 right now. Going to be turning 24 in April. April 25th is my birthday. One watching, hey, I'm gonna guess this one is my mom, because she's been sick, laying around not doing much, and so if it's you, hi. If not, that's okay. She'll see this eventually, but this is my crazy night story. Like I said, I was like 13 or something back when this happened. And, let's see, it was Sunday. Trying to remember what time it was. It was like 12, no, 10. No, that was later. I don't remember what time this started, but it was, Sunday afternoon, late afternoon. One of my friends was staying with us. We were going on, they were going to go on a walk. I was sleeping on the couch. So my mom comes and wakes me up to find out if I'd like to go on a walk, which I say, nope, I'm sleeping, or something like that. And I'm sure it was kind of rude, but not super rude. But I mean, yeah, I was sleeping, so what did you expect? That's kind of was my attitude about the whole thing. So then, they come back from their walk, and it kind of wakes me up, so I get up from my sleep and I go into the kitchen to see what time it is and look at the stove. And it is, what time is it on the stove? 10, right? It's about 10 p.m. on the stove. And then I go on the couch and I go back to sleep because I'm really tired. So then, what am I thinking of? Yeah, so then, all of a sudden, bam, I am awake. And I'm like, yep, definitely not going back to sleep with the way I feel. I'm awake and relatively energized. And so I go into the kitchen, and it's like, it's about 12 p.m. And I'm not going back to sleep. So I decide to get myself an ice cream cone. And we had some sugar cones, and then I melted Starburst into the bottom. Oh, real good. You know, kind of like when you get what is it? When you get the drumstick, and it has the chocolate in the bottom of it. It's like that, but it was Starburst. Oh, good. So I scooped out vanilla ice cream, and I enjoy my ice cream cone. And then I decide that I want to go on a walk. And middle of the night, remember I'm 13, which now that I'm older, I know that it's not the best idea. You shouldn't do that unless you absolutely have to. Like, if you absolutely have to be somewhere that late for whatever reason, go ahead, you know. If you're young, just try and be careful. Don't talk to strangers. Knock on somebody's door if they offer you a ride or something. You know, but back then I didn't even know much about that sort of thing. I wasn't thinking about it. I don't even think if I knew about kidnapping. But, now the front sprinklers were running, and for some reason, I didn't think to go out the back door of our house. This is in our old home. So if you go and see the, you can get a glimpse of it in the how I started collecting alarm clocks video. But for some reason, I just didn't think that I could go out the back door and up the driveway without getting wet. So, still want to go on a walk though, and I decide to so I'm gonna wait around till the sprinklers die down. And so while I'm waiting, my mom had a PDA that someone let her borrow to decide if she wanted to buy, which is really nice. This is like a thing on KSL, and they were nice enough to let her take it with her for a little bit, try it out, and then get back to them. If you're watching this, thank you guys who contributed to this story. If you don't remember what a PDA is really quickly, it's standard for, I forget what it standard for. It was like personal digital assistant or something, but it's yeah, personal digital assistant. For some reason, I always think the A's in the middle of PDA, but no, personal digital assistant. And it's kind of like precursor to the smartphone. Couldn't make phone calls, but a lot of functionalities and things like keeping track of calendar notes and stuff. If you had it set up right, you could access the internet on there. But the big thing on this one was it had a Jawbreaker game, which it's a lot like Candy Crush or Bejeweled. It's very simplistic, but it's, it was called Jawbreaker. I think it was maybe made by Microsoft and put on some PDAs, because the PDAs were running whatever you call the PDA version of Microsoft Windows. And so I started playing that to wait for the sprinklers to die down. And I'll have one more thing about Jawbreaker at the end. But I'm waiting for the sprinklers to die down. And so then as I'm playing this game, and then eventually the sprinklers do die down, and so I decided to go on my walk. And back then, I had a really cool, it was an electric remote control Ferrari, meaning it just ran off of batteries. It went super fast, had headlights that you could turn off and on, and it had turn signals that would turn on when I was turning, and it was so cool. And so I took this out with me for a walk, and I was going just around the block in my little neighborhood there, and then busy street that I'm on right now. I'm not going to say what street it is. If you're from here, you'll recognize some of the scenery. But I was coming on to the portion of, so, can I switch around? Oh, there is zoom. 2 people watching, hey. Probably need to fix my screen protector a bit, but anyways, it was way out down there. I'm going to be I'm walking about that distance anyways, but all the way down there, I was coming up, turning the corner, and coming up on the street, and I don't know what time it was at this point in the morning, but it had been at least an hour, maybe 2, since I had the yeah, an hour or 2 since I had the ice cream cone and waited for the sprinklers. Well, yeah, since 12 when I remembered it starting. And so as I was coming up on there, I looked at the street over there, which is a busy street right now. It was early in the morning, and I was like, wow, there are no cars here. If I go home, I can grab my piano books and I can cross the street in a second. I don't have to wait for cars. And by cross the street, I kind of sort of mean jaywalk. Back then, we used to do that a lot more back then, just at this one intersection, because my aunt lived across the street. And my aunt is a piano teacher, and she was my piano teacher. So if I got my piano stuff and I crossed the street, then I figured I could just wait several hours over there until piano lessons, and then walk the rest of the way to my aunt's house. And I was literally thinking of like just crossing the street and waiting at the street corner, or I don't know what I would do. There was a little field there, and I thought I could do that. But then I said, nah, I don't really want to do that. That doesn't sound extremely fun. So I go home, and I'm still not tired. So then I decide to watch Star Wars. We have the original on VHS tape, like the original first whatever. At least I'm pretty sure it's the original on VHS. And I didn't want to wake anybody up, of course. So what I did is we have a microphone. It's dang it, I don't think it's a Shire microphone, but that sounds the most familiar. It's one of the cardioid, like the microphones with just the ball on top that you sing into. And excuse me. With this particular microphone, it can be plugged into a headphone jack. It uses the big 1/8 inch mono jack. Or not, I think it is mono. I'm not sure. But anyways, it uses that, but we had the stereo, you could plug it into its headphone jack, and then the sound would come out of it, kind of like a muffled speaker, you know, like it doesn't sound super great. Even if you turn it up louder, it's not going to really sound super good, but it's the only thing we had, so I could get the sound of Star Wars close to me without waking up anybody, and I recently discovered that. So I do that, and I turn on Star Wars. I think it was Star Wars number 4. No, sorry. 6. I think it was Star Wars number 6. And so I'm sitting there watching it, and then it's still a little bit too loud coming out of my microphone speaker. So I decide to, what's the word? So, no. So I didn't decide anything. It was my mom that came out of the room, and I don't remember if she asked why I was up late, but she just came out, turned the volume down a little bit, and then went back to sleep. And this was back when we were doing the same thing with, well, both of us were in my room, because my dad, he has MS, and so he can't, so it's kind of awkward to sleep with him, just the way he's usually listening to the radio or TV or something to distract him from all the pain, especially at night sometimes when he can't sleep. And so that's why it was that way. And so it's almost the same setup as from how I started Alarm Clock's video. But so I'm watching Star Wars there with the volume turned down a little bit now, and then I finally get tired and decide to go to sleep again, and it's like 5 in the morning, and so I think I checked on the kitchen, so I lay down and I go to sleep. And then this part I don't remember very clearly, but if I remember correctly, I think I woke up like right around 12 o'clock when it was time to go to my piano lesson. And I didn't race to piano lesson or anything. I kind of just got my stuff, headed over to my aunt's house for piano lesson. And so, yeah, there is my crazy night. Now, a few things I want to say is, first of all, like, I still have some piano ability. Like, I can play one song that I wrote. I'll be doing that sometime on the channel. Can't really remember a lot of the other songs that I've written or that I played. I kind of got bored of piano and didn't take it longer, but now I'm kind of thinking of maybe possibly at some point going back into piano and learning it again. Getting better at it. But the other thing is, with the Jawbreaker game on the PDA, there was this thing where, like, when you're done, it tells you your high score. And there was also a bonus box, bonus part. We don't know exactly how you get the bonus. But, there was one time where my mom, like, I'm sure this was partly luck with how the game generated everything, and also just, you know, but she got rid of all of the jawbreakers on the entire screen. All of them. And it didn't give her a bonus. So, yeah, I don't know. No big deal, but hey, that's a thing. Anyways, that was my crazy night. I just remembered it today. And yeah. I will see you guys in whatever's next, which plans right now, I'm gonna put the stuff I bought away. Kind of sit down for a bit, hook up live streaming on my computer, play a few games and do some masking. That's kind of the plan right now. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in a little bit.